Welcome to our city. I'm Alonzo Jones, sitting in for Mayor Bowich. Here's what's going on this week around our city. On Wednesday, March 8th at 11 a.m., Mayor Bowich will read to the students from the Little Schoolhouse, which is located at 102, 110 3rd Street. Following that event at 2 p.m., Mayor Bowich will read to the students at the Nicholas Mary Butler School number 23, which is located at 501 Union Avenue. Then on Saturday, March 11th at 9 a.m., Mayor Bowich will attend the St. Patrick's Day Mass co-hosted by the Thornsticks and the Ancient Order of Hibernians. The Mass will honor the Union County St. Patrick's Day Parade officials and will be held at the St. Patrick's Church, which is located at 215 Court Street. Later that afternoon at 1 p.m., Mayor Bowich will attend the 21st Annual Union County St. Patrick's Day Parade, which will begin on Commerce and Morris Avenues in Union. And that'll be the topic of today's show, so we'll have a lot of great information for you about this great event. If you need more information concerning these events or any other events this week, please contact the Public Information Office at 908-820-4124. We'll be back after these words where we'll discuss the upcoming Union County St. Patrick's Day Parade. Thank you.
We have some of the finest teachers in the country. And then they graduate. Kane University.
Welcome back to this week's edition of Our City, and joining me this week I have Harry Capko and also Debbie Sully, and we're going to discuss the upcoming Union County St. Patrick's Day Parade. Welcome to you both.
Thank you.
Now, Harry, I think it's your first time on the show, so I'm going to start with you and ask you to tell us about yourself.
All right, I was born in Newark. When I was about 21, my family moved to Union, got on the police department, did my time there, and when I retired, I got involved in the parade. They were asking for help, and I had the available time, so that's when I got involved in 2007.
Okay. And Debbie, tell us about yourself and how long you've been a member of the parade committee.
I work for the county, and I live in Cranford with my family, and I started behind the scenes from the beginning with my former boss, Jerry O'Dwyer. He was the judge of elections for the parade since the beginning. And I would type up his notes, and he got me into the parade in 2002. I came out of the closet, so to speak, and joined the board and worked my way up to chairman.
Now, did you happen to attend the first parade or no?
Yes, I did.
And did you ever think you'd be this involved in it, or?
Never.
Now, Harry, this is the 21st annual parade. Tell us about how the parade got started and how it's grown over the years.
Well, back around, I guess, 95, a couple of guys got together. One current sheriff, Joseph Cryan, Pat Scanlon, our treasurer, and they decided, we were all from the same neighborhood in Newark, and there was a parade. The Newark parade was held in that neighborhood at the time. Mm-hmm. And they decided to try to get a parade together. It took about 2 years, I think, to put it together before they could actually step off in 1997. And I've heard stories, I wasn't involved in, that they actually walked the route to time it a couple times just to try and get the logistics. That's how basic it was when they started. They walked it themselves just to get a time limit, the time frame down on it and all, you know.
And do you know overall what they anticipate the time to be?
About 2 hours, I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Debbie, over the years, what was your involvement, and how did you really get involved?
Like I said, my former boss came to me with a bunch of handwritten notes from the boys' meetings, trying to put this together. And then in about 2000, I started going to meetings with him. And 2002, I became the corresponding secretary. And from there, I was that for a few years, and then second vice chair, first vice chair, and chairman in 2009.
And Harry, tell us how you got involved in the parade.
Well, I retired from the Union Police Department in 2006, and a friend of mine, John Peters, was the adjutant for 2007, and he had said, "Oh, we need help with the parade. We need," right? And my son and myself said, "Sure, we'll help you out," and that's how I got involved. And I think, being as I was retired, I had the time. I never would have had the time when I was working to do it, and I got more and more involved over the last 10 years. And that's how I wound up getting involved, just because a friend of mine had been adjutant that year.
Have you ever said no to the committee?
I don't think so.
No, you're supposed to say no.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No. Right.
So you were the adjutant of 2013 parade. What was that like?
A lot of work. You do the logistical, you have to contact all the marching groups, do the lineup, and it's a lot of just a lot of contact work with people and all, you know, and not everyone's happy all the time, but that's, you know, you can't please everyone, okay? But for the most part, everyone gets where they want, certain spots and all, and it works out pretty well.
So obviously it's hard to please everyone, but does it get easier over the years or difficult? What would you say?
I don't know. I think it was easier about 10 years ago when I was 10 years younger. Starting to feel it a little bit this year, but, you know.
So there's the chair, there's the grand marshal, and the adjutant. What's the difference between the three?
All right. Well, grand marshal is basically the public face of it, you know, at functions and on parade day.
Right.
Chair kind of coordinates everything, and the adjutant puts the feet on the street.
And you have you experienced all three yet, or just the adjutant?
Nope, just adjutant and general chair.
And that's a lot of work for you, huh?
Yeah. Yes, it is. Right.
Now, Debbie, you're not the only one from your family who's active in the parade. Tell us about your other family members and their respective involvement over the years.
My husband, Gene, has been involved since the beginning. He's what I would say is the parade go-to.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
he does a lot of scrambling for everybody. If anybody has a question, they usually call him, and he's it. He's also been the general chair, adjutant. He also stepped up to be a second general chair when our general chair,
Dennis Kogan.
Dennis Kogan, passed on before the parade. And also this year I have 3 of our daughters involved. My daughter Brooke is the recording secretary, and Kelly and Gabby are adjutants on the adjutant staff.
Is this the first year involved in it like that?
No, it's the second year for both of them on the adjutant staff.
Now, Harry disclosed us how much work it is and how involved it is, but then he calls you and says, be a part of it. Did he tell you at that point, and how'd you feel when you got that phone call?
I was shocked and honored. I'm very happy working with Harry and the rest of the parade. The past adjutant, Jessica Cunningham, has been a big help, as Kate Holmes 2 years ago. I speak with her at least 4 times a day.
Right.
And you know, I have the title, but at the end of the day, everyone helps. If you have a question, everyone is more than willing to help.
Okay. And Harry, what has it been like being the general chairman this year's parade?
It's been busy, and like I said, as past adjutant too, I get involved in that. We have a really good core group of people, I think, that, you know, and being as I'm the retired one and I have the time, I can do the running around and stuff, but I mean, you know, like Debbie was saying, past adjutants, past general chairs, it works together well. Everyone works really well together, and it's something has to be done. It's like you have 3 people step up to the plate like that. You know, it's really works out good.
So when you say everyone, it's a committee beyond the 2 of you.
Oh yeah.
And roughly how many people in that committee, roughly?
Including the parade committee, it's got to be 50, 60 people at least.
And when do you get started for next year's parade?
September. Well, we elect a new chairman in April. In April. Then summer, kind of take a breather, and then September we start right back up.
Now, what are the duties of the general chair?
All right, well, you have to coordinate. You name the adjutant, firstly. You coordinate the various events and functions, assist with the fundraising. That's pretty much it, I would think. Meetings, scheduling meetings.
You run the meetings.
Run the meetings, which are twice a month from September going forward. And kind of anything else that falls your way. And a lot of different things come up. It's, you know, unexpected things. You know, especially now. With the 2 weeks before the parade, correct? It's like, well, this stuff is hitting you. You're like, ooh, we didn't think of that. We didn't think. You know, you think every year that you know stuff, and then, no, we don't know everything. New stuff comes up.
Right.
All right.
So you have years of experience, but as general chair, you got to select your adjutant this year.
Yes.
And this year you chose Debbie. Any regrets? How was it working?
No, not at all. She's much more organized than I am.
Maybe we should have her go to another location like the Newlywed Game and ask the question privately. She's very organized, much more organized than I am. Why are you winking when you say this?
No, I wasn't. I was like, she's much more organized. She knows the ins and outs of it, so it's really been seamless, right? It's worked well.
Have you guys worked together in the prior parades or no?
Oh yeah. Not as titles, but we always
Yeah, just
We've worked together
kind of like co-workers for the parade.
Yeah.
And did you have any idea that you would bring her daughters along to help? And
She brought her daughters along, which I assumed would happen. I brought my son along too, going back 10 years ago. He's not as involved now because he's married and he's working down ashore, but he still tries to get to things, and he does show up on parade day to help with the adjutant duties.
so I understand you're making history, Debbie. You are the first female general chair in the history of the parade.
Yes, I was.
How do you feel and how's that experience?
It was great. It was a big honor. I was happy to do it. Kind of broke the glass ceiling. There's been a number of great women that have been chairman since then, and looking forward, we're having quite a few more. The only one thing was the Friendly Sons of St.
Patrick.
Yeah, they have a dinner that honors the chair. Okay. I was the first person who could not attend. I had to send my husband because it's an all-male group.
All right. Now, Harry, you said years ago they took this famous walk. Since that day, has the route changed or is it the same route?
No, it's been the same route, you know.
And how long is this route?
About 1.1 miles if they want to be exact on it. It's been the same route since the start.
And in case anyone doesn't know, the starting point for the parade is where? Morris
Avenue and Jeanette Avenue. Okay, but I mean, we come down Morris Avenue, make a right onto Stuyvesant Avenue, and for viewers, it's probably better to be more towards, let's say, Stuyvesant Avenue, because we do a lot of lining up by Jeanette, and then anywhere from there down. There's a reviewing stand at Morris and Caldwell, across from the Walgreens.
Okay.
Then there's the main reviewing stand is at Morris and Stuyvesant. So anywhere from there down is excellent to watch it, and along Stuyvesant too.
And have you marched in parades throughout the years or no?
Well, now I march every year, sometimes 2 and 3 times. You know, when you're on the you go down with one group, you run back. But when I was on the police department, if I was off, I would march with the police department.
Right.
Only if you're off, because you can't get a day off. It's too busy. If it happens to be your scheduled day off. And we used to have a nice contingent of Union police officers marching in it too.
And Debbie, have you had the pleasure of marching the parade over the years?
Again, quite a few times.
Yeah.
Even on the committee, you still get a chance to march in it, or?
Yeah, you can march down with the parade committee, you march down with the adjutant staff. One year it was the Women of Irish Heritage, which I was a member of, so I ran back and marched with them. Right. We're all members of each of the core organizations, so we try and get back and march down with them.
Now, Harry, you join a proud list of those who have been general chair of the Union County St. Patrick's Day Parade, from Sheriff Crine in 1997 to Kerry Rickey last year. How does that make you feel?
Well, it makes me proud to be considered among them. I got to say, Kerry last year did a fantastic job. I don't know if I can beat that, but we try every year to make it better and better. And she did an unbelievable job, Kerry. And Sheriff Crine has been involved to this day. I mean, he's a big help with logistical and things like that. You know what I mean? He on parade day, the sheriff's department helps us out immensely.
Right.
With vans, they stand posts. Actually, a lot of different police departments come that day because naturally the Township of Union does not have enough to cover the whole. So they work together. Elizabeth PD,
right.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Marcus, and him and the motorcycle traffic units there. And that's it's been like that forever, I think, right? As long as I can remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm really going to test you with this one. Roughly how many groups march in the parade?
7 times.
Not how many people, how many groups? Just give a ballpark figure.
It's got to be.
I'd say over 100.
Over 100, yeah.
And is this the biggest parade in the state or just?
I think Belmar's the biggest. We're getting there, though.
I think we're catching.
Yeah, we're catching up. Every year it seems to grow. And, the spectators. Well, they start out with 10,000 spectators initially. I think the count we're getting now is, 40?
Yeah.
Wow. It's building. Especially if you get nice weather.
Yeah, I was going to say, depending on the weather, it can be.
Yeah.
So how do you accommodate more people? You have to expand the route, or what are you going to do?
No,
they just fill in the sidelines.
Yeah,
get there early, claim a spot.
Knock down a few stores and buildings.
They get a little deep along the sidewalks.
Yeah.
And,
okay.
But it's, I think we draw from the entire county, too, which is a good thing. I mean, it's the Union County Parade, even though it's held in Union Township. And that's what we strive for, is to get it out, because we want everyone from the county to show up.
Okay.
You know? And there's a lot of Elizabeth residents that are involved in this parade, too.
A lot go out and view it and march in it.
And are on the committee, too.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going to take a brief pause, and we'll be back with the second half to talk about some more of the great parade.
Okay.
All right? We'll be back with the second half of Our City after these words. Thank you.
We're an American original, dependable, historic, nuanced, with all the comforts of home, even when you're just visiting. So we're celebrating for all that we've left untouched and all that we've changed. A place where the past meets the future. So consider this your invitation.
We've been celebrating here in Elizabeth for 350 years, and we're just getting started.
Welcome back to the second half of Our City. And this week we're talking about the upcoming Union County St. Patrick's Day Parade. Debbie, from start to finish, what is involved with putting a parade of this side together?
As Harry said, it's a lot of logistics, a lot of correspondence, emails, phone calls, paperwork. Luckily, that's basically what I do for a living, so I kind of keep a handle on the paperwork. As I said, it involves a lot of help from past adjutants, chairman, anybody on the parade committee that can help answer a question. Hopefully you keep reaching out for new companies that come into the area and try and get them interested and just expand on what people have done in the past.
Now, we talked about it earlier. I asked you how many people roughly in the parade. How many divisions in the parade?
There are five divisions. There's also a lead and a protocol.
And where can we find the Mayor of Elizabeth at? Do you know?
Protocol.
Protocol.
Protocol. Most elected officials
Are in protocol.
are in protocol.
And I think he marches with the Nugents also?
Yeah, and he goes back and marches again, yeah.
He marches twice, too.
Yeah. See,
So how does
I
that
tell
work?
you, it's-
You march, you run back, and
we have golf carts for availability to get people back in case, a lot of people choose to walk, but we do have golf carts that can get people back a little quicker.
Yeah.
and how many are named? And what's the names of the divisions?
There are 5.
Okay.
We have Tisha Bradley Memorial Division. It's named after the beloved wife of Frank Bradley from Union. He's our trustee emeritus. And then we have the second division is Thomas J. Hanratty. He's a state trooper who was, hit
He
and
was hit by a
killed?
car in
Hit on
24. He's an Elizabeth guy.
He's
from Aurora.
from Elizabeth. It's his 25th anniversary this year, so we want to honor that. The third division is for the Catholic schools of Union County. We have a big turnout. We have at least 12 if not more schools coming out to march. The fourth division is the friends and sponsors of the Union County St. Patrick's Day Parade. It's just, to honor, like you said, all these companies and individuals and families and groups that want to come out and march and have supported us throughout the years. And then the fifth division is for Father Hudson. Mm-hmm. He was our first Grand Marshal, but unfortunately he passed before the parade started. So that is the only permanent division in our parade. Each year his division is there.
Okay.
Yeah. He was instrumental, I think, in the Center for Hope Hospice.
Yes.
One of the founders of that. So.
Right. So Harry, each year the general chair gets to dedicate their respective parade to something they feel strongly about. What did you dedicate this year's parade to, and why?
I dedicated to the Catholic schools of Union County. We've had many dedications over the year. Teachers, state police, and a lot of us that are involved in this parade, we're products of Catholic schools. Actually, Sheriff Cryan, myself, our treasurer Pascal went to the same grammar school over in Newark. And I said, we'll do it. We've named it after Sisters of Charity also. And I said, let's do it for the Union County Catholic schools. And I got to tell you something. The Archdiocese of Newark School Superintendent, Dr. Margaret Dames, and her assistant, Sister Pat Butler, they were really enthusiastic and on board with it. And they helped us out immensely with the organization. This is a very large group coming.
Yeah.
And they really helped us out a lot with it. So I got to thank them.
Okay. And Grand Marshal this year, who is it?
It's Joe Nolan. He's the traffic reporter on WCBS FM in the morning. Mm-hmm. And
so what do you think about him being named the Grand
it was
Marshal?
a good choice. He's always been supportive. He's always gone out of his way to publicize this parade and help us out any way he can. So it was a good choice, and and he's helped out a lot. I got to tell you that. Yeah.
Right. Now, early on, we talked about some of the help you're getting, Debbie. You have a team of adjutant staff to assist you, especially on parade day. How many division adjutants and assist division adjutant, etc.? How many people helping you?
I'd say all total, it's about 40 to 50 people, because not only are they assigned a division, I also have the honor guard for St. Patrick's, so we have 8 to 10 people there. We have the golf cart runners, as I spoke of, and just behind the scenes people that you just need to help straighten out the lines and help out where they can.
I don't know if you know the answer to this one either, but how many organizations involved in this parade?
Organizations that are from the parade committee or overall for the parade?
Overall.
Overall, I would say about 100.
Yeah.
At least 100. We have Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Cub Scouts, hospitals, corporations, families.
Are they all from Union County or beyond?
No, basically Union County.
Yeah, pretty much Union County. Maybe a few. A lot of police and fire groups.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They show up big time. State police.
The state police,
always
the state
send
troopers.
a nice contingent, and if weather's permitting, they run 2 choppers over the grandstand as the state police make that turn. It's impressive. I mean, a lot of people, when they're down that low, you're like, whoa, those things are big and loud, right?
So, Harry, is this true that this is one of the most family-oriented parades out? And if so, how do you feel about that?
I think it's that's a good way to describe it, and I feel good about it. Pre-parade, starting around 11 in the morning, we do a kids zone on Stuyvesant Avenue, something, for kids to get them, what's it got? Some rides, it's got
There's rides, there's
face
vendors,
painting,
there's
vendors,
face
stuff like
painting.
that. We figured that draws some families into it, because there's something for the kids to do. It's a day out, it's inexpensive, if costly at all, no cost at all, right? And
Yeah, I don't know, maybe the rides are
yeah, so that draws families out, and I think that's a good thing.
So you mentioned families and other attractions. So let's go from start to finish. On the day of the parade, start from the beginning, Debbie, what happens?
We all attend the Mass at St. Patrick's here in Elizabeth, which is a beautiful church. It's one of the best parts of the day, I think, because after that, you're just scattered. But, we come together as a group. We're appreciative for the parade and our friendships. And then we go on and
Start lining it
up.
Now, prior to the start of the parade, there's entertainment that takes place also.
Yes, at noon, there's at the grandstand.
Yeah.
We have the Garden State Kelly Club. We have Deirdre Shea dancers. We have awards that are handed out, introductions that are made.
And once the parade's finished, there's a bus tour that takes place.
Yes.
What's that about? And
The bus tour is to stop at different places just to show our appreciation for all the supporters that have come out and help with the parade.
And Harry, the Union County St. Patrick's Day Parade, what's the reason, or why would you say it's been so successful over the years?
The staff has been dedicated since the beginning. I mean, and it's grown, more and more staff, I think, too. People, when they first started coming, I guess the word spread, and it got bigger, the crowds every year, and then more groups became involved. We also have corporate sponsors. It costs money to put a parade on the street. We have some major corporate sponsors that were very generous with us. Verizon, Horizon Blue Cross, Union Crescent LLC, just to name a few. Mazer
Connect
Engineering,
One.
Connect One Bank, and several other ones. And they've come on board. I guess it's a community thing. They like to see it. It's good to give back. And it's just grown. I mean, people just started coming out. And the more people that came out, the more wanted to get involved, and the more groups wanted to march. So it did grow.
It's like for every
Pretty well.
one person that's there, they bring in 2. You know, it's
So parade's complete. You just walked over a mile. You're famished now. What's a great meal or ideal meal to eat after the parade?
Actually, I don't think we eat.
We do have a post-parade reception for the members at Connect One Bank. And it's corned beef, basically, and rye, right? Which is...
Is that your favorite meal? Is that what you're looking forward to? Or if you could eat anything on that day, what would you recommend?
Yeah, that's good. Corned beef goes well that day.
Okay.
Right?
And Debbie, what would be your recommendation?
Probably a hamburger. Not a fan of corned beef.
Okay.
Sad to say, my Irish roots.
And what would be the side dishes along with the corned beef?
Cabbage for me.
Well, I always eat the side dishes. My mother used to make it every year, St. Patrick's Day and New Year's.
Now,
And-
someone recommended some sour bread, is it?
No, soda bread.
Soda
bread.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good.
Neither one of you recommended that now.
I don't consider that a meal.
No, that's true.
Okay.
Could have that for breakfast, Stephen.
Yeah.
You know?
Debbie, what are you looking forward to the most on March 11th?
Putting on a good parade for people to enjoy. That's all you can hope for.
Great weather.
Well, that would be a bonus, but we don't like to jinx the weather.
Okay.
So we'll take it as it comes.
And Harry, what are you looking forward to that day?
Well, you know, I'm looking for the first time. I'll be marching in front, and I can I'll be on the grandstand. And I'll get to see the parade in person. We always have discs you can watch.
Right.
But when you're involved as Debbie as the adjutant and the adjutant staff, you're too busy lining up and running back and forth. You never really get to see it.
Right.
I'll see it this year.
So over the years, you never watched it from beginning to end as a spectator?
Nope, never.
Wow. But you have, Debbie.
To a certain point, because then if help was needed, I stepped down and
Right.
went where I was most needed that day. But I did get to see the beginning. I got to see up until I think the 3rd division that year.
And this originated in 1997?
Yes.
And this is the 21st.
Yep.
And if someone wanted more information, do you have a number they should call?
We have a website,
Website.
Union County St. Patrick's Day Parade.com, and you get any information off of that.
Okay.
All right.
Is it too late for someone to volunteer, donate, whatever the case may be?
No, it's never too late.
No.
Never
Okay.
too late. We'll take them up till 1 o'clock that afternoon. We'll step off. Okay.
If they need to contact me, if they want to march, any groups want to march, it's sullydeb28@gmail.com.
And one more time, what time does the parade start off?
1 o'clock. Steps off sharply at 1.
1 o'clock. Blow the whistle.
And you said there's not a particular spot you recommend. Anything is a great place to view the parade.
Anywhere from, I'd say, around Caldwell Avenue,
Caldwell
down Morris, and
Avenue,
over
down.
Stuyvesant.
And is Tony Brennan still involved in the parade?
Very
Yes, he
much
is.
so. He's
Tony
our
is our
historian.
And
Tony-
what group is he marching in?
He's marching with the committee in the beginning. Then he's going back to march with the state police, the Hanratty division,
Right.
because he's a relative. That was a cousin of his, that
Okay.
trooper that passed away.
All right. So before we close out, anything you guys want to add to it?
Yeah. Parade is Saturday, March 11th. Steps off at 1, and come on out.
Come early and enjoy the pre-parade
Yeah.
festivities and have a good time.
I want to thank you both for joining us today.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
And
for
we hope
having
you
us.
have a great day, and 70 degrees is what I'm offering you. 70 degrees.
I hope
take
so.
it.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to this segment of Our City. We hope to see you all next week on another edition. Thank you. Have a great week.
We're creating tomorrow's jobs today. Kane University.